This series was born out of a powerful encounter with God at Youth Camp 2025. In that sacred space, He revealed a profound and urgent message for this generation, a call to be different, to be set apart from the patterns of this world. It's a call to holiness, not for the sake of religion, but for the sake of a deep, authentic relationship with Him. We live in a time the Bible calls the Laodicean age, described in Revelation 3 verse 17. It's a generation that proudly says, "I am rich and have need of nothing," yet tragically doesn't realize how spiritually poor, blind, and naked it has become. It's an age of lukewarm faith, where it's easy to blend in and become comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of calling. And in the midst of the noise and complacency, God is still speaking. He is calling a people to come out from the crowd, to separate themselves for a divine purpose. Just as He called Abraham out of his homeland, He is calling you to leave behind what is familiar and step into a covenant relationship with the Creator of the universe. This is your invitation to walk in His promises. Have you ever looked up and felt a sense of wonder? Genesis 12 verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, "Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee." God didn't give a map, He gave a mandate. True faith doesn't wait for details when it knows the direction. Abraham's obedience unlocked a nation, but before the promise could come, separation had to. Hebrews 11 verse 8 says, "By faith Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out, not knowing where he was going." Faith doesn't need to see the destination when it knows the one who leads. Sometimes God calls you to leave what looks right to find what is righteous. When Abraham began his journey of faith, he took Lot with him. But Lot represents more than just a person. He symbolizes the attachments we all carry, the familiar relationships, comfortable habits, and old mindsets that we bring into new seasons of our lives. These are the things that, while once a source of comfort, can become heavy burdens, holding us back from the places God is calling us to. They were part of our past, but they were never meant to define our future. Soon, their combined prosperity became a source of conflict. Genesis chapter 13 verse 6 says, "The land could not support them both." This is a profound spiritual principle. What sustained you yesterday cannot always sustain you tomorrow. Growth demands that we move beyond our current capacity. The blessings that once fit perfectly in our lives can become the very things that create strife and division when we refuse to move into the new territory God has prepared. Faced with this tension, Abraham demonstrated incredible wisdom. He said to Lot, "Let there be no strife between us. If you go left, I'll go right." Genesis 13, verse 8-9. He chose peace over possession and relationship with God over earthly attachments. Letting go isn't weakness, it's an act of profound faith. It is the wisdom to release what is good to make room for what is God's best. Lot chose by sight. Abraham chose by faith. Genesis 13:14. And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, "Lift up now thine eyes." God didn't speak again until the separation happened. Heaven sometimes waits until the weight you're carrying is released. Lot is more than just a man in a story. He's a profound mirror reflecting our own attachments. He represents the parts of our lives that look good, feel comfortable, and seem wise by the world's standards, but subtly pull our hearts away from God's perfect will. In this Laodicean age, we often declare our commitment, yet we secretly cling to the very things God has asked us to release, just as Revelation chapter 3 verse 16 warns. What is the lot in your life? It could be a friendship that dims your spiritual fire, a habit that steals your inner peace, or a fear that keeps you trapped in a cycle of comfortable compromise. These attachments promise security but deliver bondage, keeping us from the elevated place God has prepared for us. Letting go is one of the hardest commands to obey, especially when it involves people or dreams we cherish. But remember, creating distance isn't a rejection of love. Sometimes, the people or things we love most are what hold us back the most. Choosing to love from a distance is still love. It is obedient love, the kind that honors God first. Abraham wasn't perfect. He lied about Sarah. He doubted God's timing. He feared men more than God, but grace kept him. The operation God began didn't depend on perfection. It depended on position. Once Lot was gone, the promise opened. In this generation of noise and distraction, God is still calling his people to separate, to choose purity over popularity, conviction over convenience, and holiness over hype. You can love people and still step away, because sometimes distance is the path to destiny. When God calls you out, he's not taking something from you, he's preparing to give you something greater. Walk away from what he's finished and walk into what he's promised. This is the power of separation. I'll see you in episode 2, the generation that destroys every idol. Until then, keep walking by faith and keep answering the call.